How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to talk about how I added the clothes to this lovely lady here inside Unreal Engine. If you watch my previous video, this one is using the Chaos Cloth method. However, like I said in the previous video, this is without Marvelous Designer, just to show you guys that you can do it this way. Now let's get started. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about the asset that I have. What I did is, this is an asset that I got from 3D Scan Store, link in the description, by the way. Not sponsored, but they do make some cool assets. They made this clothes for a completely different body. So what I did is I adapted it to the MetaHuman. I made a custom MetaHuman with MetaPipe. And then I took this clothes, I took them into ZBrush, repositioned them for the body that I was using. And then I went into Maya and combined all of those things. You could do any of those things in Blender as well if you so desire. However, you don't have to combine it all. I just wanted to combine pieces to see if it will do a full outfit like this, even boots included. But if I were to do this again, I'll probably do one cloth assets for the shirt, one for the pants, and one for the boots. By the way, if you're brand new to this Chaos Cloth thing, then just go to my previous video where I actually go in depth into how to correctly use it, or how Epic wants us to use this with the USD and Marvelous Designer. Okay, we have our cloth panel here. And the only thing that's going to be different is, instead of using the US import node, we're going to add a new node called Static Mesh Import. So remember, when you look for this node, make sure you are grabbing the one that ends in import, not the one that just says static mesh. And we're going to load the asset in here. So I'm just going to go into this one, in the node, just add it here. And if we go into our sim view, go to 3D, there is our full outfit. Now all I'm going to do is plug this into the transform positions. This is going to break the USD import link, and this is going to take a little bit longer than usual just because I have several pieces inside and it's evaluating for each and every piece that is on your assets. This is why I think it's probably better to just do it separate. Okay, it's done. That took probably like a minute. So this is going to happen just like in the last video. This seems to be calling LODs. So if you see this happening, don't freak out, because as soon as you come closer, that goes away. And that's not going to happen later when I add the body over here. So when we go into transfer weights, we need to give it a body. So I'm going to go into the MetaHuman folder so I can bring in the body that I had. This is a custom body that I made with MetaPipe. And just like some people pointed it out, you actually don't need the combined body. I made a combined body for my previous video. I'm using just this body for this, and it works fine. So as you can see it, there's our body. And honestly, that is it. That's all you need to do. I'm gonna add the body here to this so it can pop in here, and then we add a walking cycle just to test this out. And there you go. And even the holster is rigged. And the holster looks pretty cool. And even the boots, everything works fine. Again, this is a fantastic process and a fantastic tool. And now you know you can use it with any static mesh, because this is just a regular static game mesh that I just added here. And it just works. And we simulate. You're going to see that right now, there are no issues. Again, if you want a more in-depth video on using the whole cloth panel, please watch my previous video where I go in-depth into all the nodes that you're going to need for this. This is just to show you how you can use it with a static mesh. Now, there are some little issues that I've encountered with this. So if I were to go here into a sequence, and I would add her into the sequence, you can see we have control rig and we have MetaHuman skeleton for her. Now here is where the issues come out. Now as you can see, there's but a couple of vertices that probably are not mapped correctly. I was looking for a note that will allow me to correct this. I didn't find one, so if somebody in the comments know how to fix it, please let me know. But again, this is a little quirk of this process, because if I go here, there is no problem. And I've tried several things with the top. I deleted vertices and everything, and I always get that issue. I don't know why this side is not having that issue and this one does. It doesn't make much sense to me, but I'm guessing once they come out with the cloth example that I think Epic said that we're going to come out with an example on the one that they show on GDC, we'll probably take a look and see how to correct this kind of things. But I just wanted to show you that even with a static mesh, you can just do this, and you can see that the holster is rigged pretty good. Everything moves pretty well. We grab the feet. Pants are rigged correctly in reference to everything else. And I think it's amazing. I think it's amazing that we now can do this inside Unreal. Now, some people pointed out, well, why don't you just use Accurig? The reason why Accurig wouldn't work for me in this case is because she has her top open and you can see her arms. So this being a metahuman and I wanted to use the metahuman rig, I cannot run this through Accurig and also use the face, because what I would be running through Accurig is just the body. If I were to just have like a suit or something that's all the way up until here, that closes in the neck, then probably I would just do Accurig and then I would add the metahuman head on top, and that would solve a lot of problems. But this helps out when you have these issues, when you have an open top and you have a metahuman that's, you know, in two parts. There's no way that you can rig it outside Unreal Engine unless you go through the whole Maya thing, which is more complicated and doesn't give you as good as a result as this. Now, is this usable even with this little problem here? Yeah, because unless I'm focusing the camera right here, nothing is going to happen. Nobody's going to notice that little problem. Now, again, it works for me because I'm doing cinematics and there are just, I can just avoid this spot. But for game characters, this is probably not the greatest solution because you want a perfectly rigged character. And that is it. Thanks everybody for watching. Just a quick video on how you can use Chaos Cloth with static mesh. Again, I think it's an amazing tool that solves a few problems that I've been having when not having to rig outside of Unreal Engine. Some people have mentioned, why don't you use Metatailor? I've tested Metatailor. It's not good. There's too many issues that I've had with it to the point where I may just rig in Maya. So unless there's one big update that changed everything, if it is, just let me know. But I don't use Metatailor. I just use Accurig for any of my other rigging needs. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Patrons are here. If you want to donate to the Patreon, link in the description down below. Leaving a comment and leaving a like goes a long way for the YouTube algorithm because that's how I get noticed these days. Follow me on Twitter and I'll see you in the next one.